out with the Mark I. And how was it discovered, and who was...
Well, I can give you some basic information. It's in the
He's limited on what he can share because it's being published right now and all, and the owner of it will probably want to remain anonymous, etc. So he's limited on what he can share with us.
Correct. These things are tricky. I first worked with the papyrus in 2012. So it was discovered earlier. It wasn't discovered by me. Although the group that's working on its publication did some, it's very tempting. You get the press and Fox News and other press agencies are after it and want to get information on it, and some stuff was leaked. And they contacted me, I think about a year ago, wanting for some definitive information on how it was extracted from a mummy cover. And I was not involved in that process. When I saw it, I can tell you it was relaxed, which means it was flat. It had been extracted. If it was extracted from a context like that, there's no evidence of it to me. It looks like it was just a text that was found. Now, a lot of texts that come to light in this kind of a context, like if I went back to the picture and we looked at the pile, you can see that a lot of the stuff has white on it, and that's like the residue of the plaster. So these things came from mummy coverings. Isn't that interesting?
I thought it just been bleached out with a sun or something.
No. And so they probably were in a burial setting or something like that, and over time, it just separated one from another, but we can look that it was originally part of it. Now, this mark may have been in that kind of a context. I'm not sure. I saw it at Oxford University, at Christ Church College, and it was in the possession of an outstanding, well-known, eminent classicist. I saw it again in 2013. There were some delays with its purchasing. And I was working at that time with the Green Family Collection, which I had the privilege of organizing and putting together, the Hobby Lobby family, and had hoped that they would at that time acquire it, and they delayed and didn't. We were preparing an exhibit for the Vatican Library, and I wanted this to be a showpiece in that exhibit. It was, who wouldn't? I know it would have been awesome, but it was just not the timing, and so it was passed on and delayed. It has since been acquired. I can't say by whom. It is in the process of being prepared for publication. And what's important to say
what does
is...
it mean, process of being prepared? What does that mean?
It's a lengthy process, actually going through, especially with this, because it's going to go out there, and there are going to be people immediately trying to tear it out. Questioning its provenance, so where it came from, what it dates to, especially the date. And so they want an ironclad argument on the dating of the document so that it won't be, I mean, they have a responsibility to do that. But this is going to be very critical and raised. It'll be a major flashpoint on the news when this happens.
Who's the main person in the publishing?
Well, the most important person of note is Dirk Obing, who is, see, this is a lot more information than you heard last time.
Yeah, it is.
Dirk Obing is an outstanding scholar. He's one of the world's leading specialists on papyri. He directs a collection. For students who are in here, you may remember hearing the word Oxyrhynchus papyri. He is the director of the Oxyrhynchus papyri. I can't speak to his own personal faith position. I don't think he would define himself as an evangelical in any sense of the word, but he is he doesn't have a derogatory attitude at all. He's a supportive person, but he specializes in the dating of handwriting. And as he was looking at both times I saw the papyrus, it was in his possession. So it was in Oxford at Christ Church, and actually on his pool table in his office, along with a number of mummy heads. So you've got these mummy heads,
so you play pool,
and you've got that document there, and that's the setting. That's kind of surreal. And Dirk was wrestling with dating somewhere between 70 AD and 120, 110, 120.
That early?
Yeah, AD.
Whoa, any of you that know manuscripts, that's
And
right.
Mark. Okay, so Mark is like one that the critics have always dated late, and so this is like, I can hear their arguments being formulated now. So this is what the later authors were quoting from.
Folks, make sure that is all tentative, and you would say that, right?
Yeah.
That was just an assumption in there. So don't go out and say there's a manuscript dated 70 AD. How long will we have to wait? Probably to know specifically.
I would say in this next year, all right, any delays that are going to happen over the next couple months will be delays with the publisher to publish this. If the route is to go to a major journal, they'll of course want to have it in quickly, but there'll be some delays as it's vetted through the whole academic process and all.
So keep that in mind, that don't go out and say, well, Dr. Scott Carroll said it's dated between 70 AD. We don't really know yet. But those are probably the parameters for it. But it will be, now this is my opinion, the oldest ever discovered.
Yeah, I think there's without question it's going to be. With a manuscript, the Rylands John fragment, it's always like 115 to 140 or maybe even later than that. So it's kind of pushed to around the middle of the 2nd century. This is going to be earlier. Textbooks will change with this discovery.
And when this hits the media, you will hear about it.
Yes, you will.
It'll be on every program. So be careful what you share from tonight. But it's good to be able to be updated. And hear Derek's on it. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What is one of the most significant discoveries that have been made in the last 4 or 5 years?